don't know what God about to do for me. But one thing for certain and two things for sure. I'm going to faith around and find out.
I have a confession to make. I used to let fear control me for way too long. But now I'm going to share with you how I overcame the struggle. So this week in TikTok, I've been talking about I've been talking about fear, and I've been talking about how it holds us back from faith, and how we can overcome it. If you ever felt stuck, paralyzed, or unsure of the next step for you to take, this is for you. My name is LaShawn, simply LaShawn.
I don't know what God about to do for me. But one thing for certain and two things for sure. I'm going to faith around and find out.
And I just want to talk to you about some things. Now, on TikTok, I shared some quick thoughts about fear, being a liar, how fear is a liar, how it's not from God, and how faith empowers us to actually push through. So it's like a conduit to push through fear. And today I want to dive deep into those ideas. So let me share a personal story. And meanwhile, I'm going to start getting dressed because I have to go to the store. This is what I use. I always use this Maybelline Master Prime because it doesn't break my face out. So everything that I use here, I've tested and tried everything, and it works. So that's why I use these brands of things. Yeah. So anyway, one of my stories is that I used to go to Howard University, and I was super duper scared. I didn't know I was scared. I know I had like I was very hesitant, but I did want to go to Howard University. And so I to register, I did everything. This is as an adult, as about I think I was like 20, between 28 and like 31. Okay. And so I did most of my registering online. And I used a Juvia's Place. This is their bronze, but I used the bronze on my as eyeshadow. I don't have time to do all that extra stuff unless it's I'm going out somewhere. This is a regular day. I'm about to do some grocery shopping and just hang out a little bit. But anyway, I was so fearful. I gotta look at the mirror here too. I was just so fearful, and I didn't know it. So it was time for me to register for classes. And like I said, I did everything online, every single thing online. And it came to a point where the lady my point of contact was like, "Ma'am, at some point you're gonna have to come in." And she wasn't being smart. She had no idea what my issue was, but she was like, "At some point you're gonna have to come in because you can't do anything else online." And I was like, okay. And so that day that I was driving to get there, I was actually on my apartment parking lot, and I literally could not go. Like, I had a fear of driving to Howard University just to sign some papers and to get financial aid, like, and to take stuff there. I didn't realize how fear actually paralyzed me, and it did. Isn't that crazy? So, um, fear will tell us in a subtle way that we're not able to do something, that you're too old to do this, or you're not going to be accepted. People are going to look at you funny. It'll have you doubting yourself. That's what fear will do. We have to remember that Second Timothy chapter 1 and 7 says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. If God hasn't given us fear, then where did it come from? Another thing that I discovered early on was that a lot of times when there's fear, and I say this all the time, when there's fear, like strong fear to do something, that means the enemy knows that there's something greater on the other side. And so he's doing whatever he can to paralyze you and to keep you from actually doing doing something great, so he'll tell you, he'll like, I don't know what that, there wasn't a whisper in my ear. That was the crazy part. I was just paralyzed with fear. um so one of the things that I had created, and I'm gonna see if I can just insert it right here. I don't have necessarily a mustache, but it gets so dark and I have to go over it or it doesn't look right. I'm looking over here because the mirror is in front of me. I have like a big one and another one. Um, some of the things that I've done to help myself with fear is self affirmation. So let's see. I don't know if you can see right there. See that mirror right there? You see my ironing board. You see that mirror right there? You see all those stickies on there? Those stickies say God was here. And so sometimes in our faith walk, we'll be like, you know what? Um, God doesn't hear me. The devil will say, will make us afraid, thinking that we're alone. God isn't with us. And so, what I had to do with those stickies, my therapist gave me such a good idea. She was like, every time you think about something where God was present with you, write on a sticky, God was here. Put it on a mirror. So one day I was getting kind of down and I was like, wait, let me think about some things. God was here when I needed him to help me to pay my rent. This is when I used to live in my apartment. God was here. When I almost died, God was there. When I almost tried to end myself, God was here. I think about all the times that I know for a fact that God was there. And so I started sticking them up there. Now, a lot of them fell down, and that's fine. And I realize now I can visualize in my mind, and I know for a fact that God was there. But that's a good idea for you. If you feel like God wasn't there, that's a good thing. That's such a good thing. Um, and then affirmations. Another thing is affirmations, which I've always talked about. I always say stuff like, um, you're capable, you're strong. Fear does not get the final say, God does. Um, you have to step out on faith because if you don't, you'll be paralyzed. And do you know how much I learned at Howard University? Like, I actually majored in classical music, voice, and I also in music education. And so that actually helped prepare me and helped me to understand that I actually love music so much so, like it's and kind of sound like a hypocrite right now because I'm not singing at church right now, but I will be. I'm gonna go back and do what I'm supposed to do, but it helped me to learn about what I loved so much. And I discovered a lot about myself also. So I just want to tell you, fear can cripple you from even doing the things that you want to do, that you love doing. Okay. Now, one of the things that I shared on TikTok, it said, faith isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward anyway. Do you know how powerful that is? Do you think about that? Think about that. Faith isn't the absence of fear, it's moving anyway. That's so powerful. So powerful. If you paralyze yourself, if you sit there and think about all the things that you feel like you're inadequate to do, how would you know if that's true? And furthermore, I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength. I can do all things through Christ who gives me the strength. You understand that? No, seriously. Like, you can't say, no, I can't do this. How do you know? The enemy does that to us. He'll have us thinking that we can't do something, and we haven't even given ourselves a chance to try. We talk ourselves out of opportunities. And I'm telling you that because this is what I've done. This is exactly what I've done. So this is what I want you to do. First of all, I want you to be encouraged, okay? Let's get that together. I want you to think about one fear. Think about one fear that's been holding you back this week or this past week. And I challenge you to take one step of faith towards overcoming it, okay? Because fear is temporary. Fear is it's temporary, but the rewards of stepping out on faith, it lasts forever. So let me ask you, what are you going to do? Like, my ministry is actually in music. Can you imagine, had I not gone to Howard, I would not have understood the love that I have for it, and I wouldn't understand how to even execute it. Even with your calling, you should know what you're doing. And so going to Howard actually opened my eyes to my ministry. I believe that's why the enemy paralyzed me with fear, because he knew my gifting and my purpose is in music. And so what better way to do it than to paralyze me and not even want me, with fear and not even knowing, you know, what it was about. Like, just having me sing regularly, without perfecting what God wants me to do. So, um, if this video spoke to you or anything, please like, please share, subscribe, and comment and let me know. I want to know if I'm helping somebody. You don't know the difference it makes for me when someone tells me that I've helped them through something, because you just don't know if you're just talking to yourself. But if I could just help one person, I'm so grateful. So yeah, let me know how you faced your fear in life, or what you're trusting God for right now. And if you're following along on TikTok, you'll see like the same themes. So every week I'll do a theme, and then I'll just do kind of like a longer segment on the theme at large. I'll expand on YouTube. Yeah, let me know. So thanks for watching, and I really look forward to hearing from you, okay? So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. That's it. That's all. Bye. Let me be the first to tell you, fear is not from God. The Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Fear wants to steal your joy and peace, but Jesus already overcame it. When you step out on faith, fear shrinks. You got this, because He's got you.